In terms of the way customers are also interacting with the vehicle, on the left-hand side, I'm just giving you data from some of our studies, which tells you the amount of time a customer spends on the vehicle, whether it's passenger cars, which is about 10 hours per week, or 14 hours per week for two-wheelers. That's the average amount that is being spent by your customers on the vehicles that we are providing to them. That's a lot of time. And what it is doing to them is it's changing the way, the expectation, what they expect of the vehicle. They're clearly, again, in terms of what we see as a change forward with the telecom infrastructure coming in, some of these changes could be even more dramatic. So what are the three things that we see as key customer gaps or expectation gaps today in the market? To start with, the need for safety and security. Second, this need for connectivity and convenience. And third, the need for personalization. If you look at the chart here, looking about safety, for example, in our feature contenting study, which is a part of the appeal study, we asked customers, what are the kind of features that you currently have on your vehicle, which is what you see on the bottom, and what are the kind of features that you would like in your next vehicle? Again, if you look at, for example, stability control, airbags, there is a significant gap between what the customers currently have from what they expect to have in the next car, or in the next vehicle. Same is the case with two-wheelers, for example. You see a gap of about 48% between the need for an ABS. Again, security features, if you look at it, things like immobilizers, vehicle security systems, again, a sharp gap, not only for the passenger car space, but even for the two-wheeler space that you see out there. Some of them, I mean, at this point of time, for example, anti-theft wheel lock, about 62% wanting it and 13% people having it. In terms of convenience, again, many of these features that we see, there has been a large gap that we see over the last several years. This is not just 1 year of data. You can track back to multiple years of data. Significant gap that continues to exist. Of course, I understand that there are price points that are challenging and need to be addressed, but clearly the opportunity is out there. Looking at connectivity with in-car internet connectivity in terms of navigation systems, in terms of hands-free communication, again, the story is no different. I'll just give you, also, when we look at internet connectivity, it is not something which is just to do with the product or with the car. It is also the overall experience of ownership, overall interaction of the customer with the brand. We talked about the internet penetration, and if you look at it, OEMs around the world are clearly making efforts in terms of providing that seamless experience. This is just an example of what luxury manufacturers in the US are doing, where you can actually completely customize your sales experience beforehand, before you walk into the dealership, in terms of the car that you want and in terms of the experience that you're looking to get. Again, if you look at, this is again from an example from the US, where we are looking at customers who utilize a smartphone when they are at the dealership. So it's real offline to online connection that we are looking at. 48% of the customers walk into the dealership, and not only are they well researched, but they are actually doing their research online while they are at the dealership. In fact, Wi-Fi connectivity at dealerships in the US is more or less given today. I'm not sure what's the kind of percentage that is being offered today in India, but this is something that's clearly a glimpse of the future, of things to happen in the future.